What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be installing the push start button from the Jordan Distributors company. So pretty excited to put this on. My car's super filthy right now. Got a little Christmas theme going. Well, it's supposed to have two antlers, but little red nose, got antlers and stuff, you know, getting it ready for sleigh ride. But yeah, let's go ahead and install this push start button from JDI. And I'm excited. So let me show you guys the box. So I ordered this on Cyber Monday or Black Friday, whatever sale they had. The standard push start button was $99.99 on sale, but I went ahead and upgraded the push start button. I didn't want the regular black one, I wanted the red one, but this is what comes in the box. So this is the standard start stop button, nice and simple. I'm assuming this is the RFID reader, and then this is all stuff that just got to plug in and stuff. This is supposed to be a plug and play kit, and I'm excited to get everything going. So RFID card, and there's the little things that you need to get the car started, and here's the harness that should be plug and play for the ignition. This looks really nice. I like the mesh that they use. OEM connectors, and then this is, I'm assuming, for the box. And then this is the push start button that I upgraded to. It almost looks like an S2000 one, and it comes with a little wiring harness. So let's get into it, and I'm excited because this is pretty cool. I love how far technology has come, and how, you know, people are innovating new things, especially for these older Hondas. So this is pretty cool. This should give it like a whole updated new look, and still keeping it kind of a OEM looking. Let's go ahead and get into it. So this is what my current ignition setup looks like. This is just a regular stock EG ignition, and let's see before and after. So this is how it's going to start with the key. Is cold, so I'm kind of curious to see how the push start is going to work with that. But once it's on, just give it a little bit of gas and it's fine. So go ahead and shut that off, and let's get started on the install. I would like to place the push start button here and kind of have the key hole here, but I like that you can just be here. So we're gonna go ahead and put it here and keep all these blocked off. The only thing I kept on is the dimmer switch, because I don't have anything else in here. No fog lights, no heater, no defrosters, I mean. So no sunroof, no power mirrors. So let's get into it. So the first thing that I did is I disconnected the battery, and because I know I have to get into the ignition switch and remove the cylinder, I know I'm gonna have to take these panels off here. So if you have an EG, you have 1, 2, and 3 screws here, and then this should just slide out. There's some clips down here, and that should just pull out. And then we got to take this clamshell off. So it's just 1, 2, and I think 3 back here. Yeah, down here. And because I've already messed with my car before, I think I only have these 2 screws being held on, and then you know, so this should be fairly easy to remove. I hope that my steering wheel being like this and not being a quick release isn't a problem. So let me go ahead and take these panels off, and we'll get back into it. And so you're just gonna need a Phillips screwdriver, because it's just Phillips screws in here, Phillips head screws in here, and in here too. I don't think there's gonna be any special screws other than the tamper-proof screws that go and hold the ignition cylinder. But like I said, I've already replaced the ignition switch on mine, or the entire ignition tumbler and cylinder. So that'll be easy for me to remove. And you know, if you got them, I'll show you how to take them off once we get to that part. So like I said, this one's got 3 screws, and then it's got these little clips here, and you can go ahead and remove it. We'll set this off to the side, and this one's got the screws holding it as well, and this just comes apart. Like I said, this has been taken apart a couple of times already, so it's a little bit easier for me to get to it, and I kind of know what I'm doing already. So now we've got the column all exposed. And for those of you that are wondering what I'm talking about, for the tamper-proof screws, they are the ones that go here, there, and there. As you can see, I've replaced mine with regular screws because I've taken off my ignition before. This whole cylinder piece here, I've taken it off before. So this will be a little bit easier for me to do the install. But if you still have the tamper-proof screws, what I would do, get yourself a nice little long flathead, and it's really easy to kind of cut into them. I would kind of angle it here and just tap it with the hammer, and they're not too tight, so you can spin those if you get a nice little hit on them. And then once they're loose, you could just go ahead and just rotate them. So from here, what I'm assuming is this is part of the ignition harness right here, and I can just follow them. Yeah, so it's got this one up here and this one right here. So the JDI harness has the plugs for that, and then this will go into the box, and we'll just go ahead and install that, and then we'll remove this because the push button is going to go here. Very cool. So I removed my ignition cylinder. Now the most important part about removing this is this piece here. Have you ever turned your wheel and then the steering column gets locked? Well, that's why. This piece here locks your steering column. So can you imagine putting the push start here and with no key, and you go to turn and it locks up? And you got to put the key in and still drive with the key in the keyhole. Now that's why you have to remove this whole piece. Otherwise, you're still gonna have to utilize a key just to unlock the steering column. So make sure if you put it somewhere else, you're aware of that. And you know, so I got the ignition system off, and I get to run the new wire harness and wire up the rest of the push start stuff. So I'm assuming this is the reader for the RFID. And just out of the box, I really like how they did this. They give you your 2 keys, and then they make sure that it's attached to this box so you don't lose them, or they don't get lost in transit or whatever, right? It's easy to find them. That's awesome. Now the wiring looks really nice too. You know, they got heat shrink, they've got this nice mesh, they've got these very clean connectors, and even for the OEM harness side, this looks very nice. And just need one ground terminal, and yeah, look at that. This is awesome. So let's go ahead and get started on this. So I don't know where I'm gonna mount this, but it's nice that I have everything out already. So let's figure that out. Very, very easy. This plugs in here, the other plug is there. Now this ground, if you have an EG, you already have a hole here for the metal plate that goes under the dash. So I just put the ground there for this, and now we have the harness connected. So I just got to clean this up and route it somewhere clean. That way it's out of the way and that doesn't look all ugly. So let's do that. Let's go. Okay, so this box, I'm more than likely just gonna mount and tuck it in here, and then because all the wiring is long enough to go wherever I want it to, it's pretty much already set up. The only difference is that I'm not using this this button. I'm gonna be using this button, and this has like a little lock thing that you tighten down and you screw it. So the wiring is a little bit different if you don't get this button. If you get and you use this button, then you get the same connector, and it'll go into this side right here, and then this green cable goes into the brake switch, and that's what's going to activate the ignition to turn on. And then this black cable here, this little one here, this is for the reader, for the RFID key. And that's it. It's super simple, super easy wiring. Everything is plug and play. The only thing is you are going to have to tap into the brake switch, which it's hard for me to get in there with the GoPro, but it's gonna be that blue, let me see if I can put my finger. It's gonna be this blue connector somewhere up here. Oh no, it's here. Sorry, it's gonna be that blue connector right there. So I'm gonna take that off, and we're gonna have to tap into it, which is awesome because they give you a tap to use already. And this side is wired with a spade terminal, so you just boom, put it into the tap, and that'll get you your signal to get the car cranking. So I'm gonna remove that and show you guys where it's gonna go. So like I said, the green wire is gonna have to tap into the brake switch, and from the JDI instructions it's gonna be this dark green one. And so now that this is connected, you just add the tap, you connect the green wire, and just connect it back into the brake switch up there. Now the way that the brake switch works is once you press this, it actually when the brake pedal is not pressed, it's actually kind of closing a circuit, and then once you press it, it's gonna go ahead and open the circuit. So when it opens the circuit, that's when the lights come on, and then you know, that's when it's going to get signal to go ahead and be able to crank over the car. So let me go ahead and connect that. And like I said, this next portion, I personally don't care, but I have to mount this somewhere hidden, because this is going to be on the internet. I'm gonna put it somewhere where you know, I can't really film, but you know, wherever you want to mount it, that's on you. And this is long enough to where you could put it essentially almost anywhere, up in here, all the way up in here, or whatever, you know. You can even put it way up in here, but whatever you want to put it, that's on you. And then you can just go ahead and clean all the wires up, zip tie them wherever you want, and that's essentially the install. Hopefully, you know, everything that I've said kind of made sense. If not, just drop a comment if you have any questions, and I'll answer as best as I can. So like I said, let me clean this up, let me show you guys what the final product is, and we'll go ahead and test this. Or actually, before I go ahead and put everything away and make sure that everything is nice and tight, let me see if this is even going to function. That way I can show you guys how it works. So let me connect the battery and let's give it a try. So I've got the battery connected, and I did a quick test run because I wasn't really sure how it was going to work, but they give you 2 of these keys and they give you 1 card. Now when this module beeps twice, it means that it is unlocked, and you can go ahead and 1 click turns on accessory, 2nd click goes to on, but unless you have the brake pedal pushed down, you're not going to start the car. So 1 more click shuts the car off. Now let me see if I could do this. So like I said, the 2 beeps on this, now it's locked, so it's not going to turn over. As much as you want to press the button, it's not going to turn over. So I'm going to go ahead and swipe it. 2 clicks, it's unlocked, and if I press the brake pedal, now the car should start. Now a cool safety feature is that if you hit the button, it's not going to turn the car off. In case you accidentally hit it, you have to hit the brake pedal, and now it shuts the car off. So that's pretty awesome. And this is super easy to install. So hopefully this video helps some of you guys out. I have to clean the wiring up. I have to install this somewhere inconspicuous that nobody will be able to find. But yeah, so let me go ahead and put all the panels on, clean up the wiring, get this button actually hard mounted, and I'll show you guys the finished product. So while I was cleaning everything up, I figured I'd show you guys where I'm gonna put this button. Thankfully, this side of the clamshell already has a hole, and so we're just gonna go ahead and put this through. See, fits perfect. Hey, stop moving. So it fits perfect. Now, just gotta put this ring on the back, just like so. And this is hard to do. I'm trying to film. There we go. So I got to tighten that up, position this so that it's the right way, and then just add the connector and we should be good to go. All right, so this is done. All right, so I finished the install. Under the dash, can't really see much. These wires have always been there, but eventually I'll clean everything up. This is what the push button looks like, and let's go ahead and start it. That's unlocked. Got my foot on the brake. See right there. There you go. It's pretty freaking awesome. And like I said, you have to press the brake pedal in order to shut it off. And there you go. And so, as I mentioned, you can cycle through the ignition just like you would a regular key. One click is accessory. So my gauge is turned on, my stereo turned on, and then a second click, the cluster comes on. And this is essentially the on position for the key. And then if you press it again, it shuts it off. But once you press the brake pedal, you can, I don't know, I think it's pretty cool. You can just press the brake pedal and this, and it'll start it. Or you can kind of cycle through it, one click, and then press the brake, and it starts. So that's very cool. It's gonna take some getting used to pressing the brake so it can shut off, but I like that. I like that safety feature. So there you have it. So that's the JDI push start button. And I really like it, you know what I mean? It was a little bit expensive for what it is, but not really. You have to understand, yeah, you can buy the module on Amazon for like 30 bucks, I think. But it's the amount of time that it takes to figure out the wiring diagram, to find all the connectors, to find the crimpers, to find the right pins, you know, to really make everything plug and play. Yes, you can do this for a lot cheaper. I got this on their Black Friday sale. That beep that you just heard was the module locking itself, so you can't start it again, which is awesome. But yeah, like I've been saying, you can do it for cheaper, but sometimes it's worth it to pay the extra price just to get something that's plug and play. I, for one, like a lot of people, really hate wiring. What I do for work, I do some wiring, so I know how to read diagrams, schematics, and stuff like that. I can pin everything out if I needed to, but why? I'd rather spend the extra money and get a plug and play kit like this one. It goes straight into the OEM connectors, and you know, it's a nice setup. So yeah, this is the JDI push start button install. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, like, comment, subscribe, and hopefully we get some more JDI products on the channel. They have a ghost lock that I really want to do, and I think what that is, it's essentially, it upgrades the fuel pump system from 12 volts to 14 volts, and then it also has a GPS tracker, and it has a fuel pump kill switch built into it. So that'll be awesome if we can get some help from JDI and get that onto the channel, do an install on that. But other than that, you have the push start install for the EG chassis. I'm sure it's probably the same thing on the EK and the Integra chassis, but so far I'm really liking it because it's super simple, and I really like that it locks itself, so that you can't start it on and off again. And yeah, so that's awesome. So hope you guys like this video. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace out.